This is Static Attic Season 2, Episode number 4, and my guest is Grid. What's up, man?
Hello. Hey, I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you on the show. Thanks so much for doing it. We recorded a session a few weeks ago at Inchoate Art Gallery, and now we're just getting around to doing this part here. I'd love to get to know more about you, but first I think we should hear some music.
Okay, let's do it.
Welcome to Billingsley Theatre, where soon you will be listening to Master Fabian Grid in his latest performance from the album.
Well, I showed up, might as well. Better grow up, never learn it. Yeah, I'm burnt out, built from the to the heart, cause I plays the game. I'm the lone survivor from the trying to be the voice for the silent, reaching all those and higher doubts when you have to. I'm sick of society, people are dying me. I want to focus on issues reciting to an every sermon that's taught through the lying team. Learning to listen to those on both sides of me. People can fight at me, mentally trying to broken entirety, covering pain and it's full entirety. Gotta be more than this anger inside of me. I just need to focus this energy on something that deserves it. Anger isn't bad if you give her the source and then expose it. So in this session I'll be targeting a specific action notion. There are toxic ways of praise and betrayed. We don't even know it. I'm not saying that I am the perfect example of what I think you should be. I'm just saying that I am taking the steps to become a better me. So give me some time so I can tell you the problems that are caused. The things that we miss due to ignorant bliss have gone unseen for too long. Do I have your attention? Stack them all up, knock them down. Vincent, I don't want to be the one to have to do it, but I'm going through it. So if you to reboot it, break it, include dimension. Time for confession. Give me the wisdom. Tell what you think. Tune up, pay attention. Immortal Iron Fist. Heroes for hire. Frat dudes abuse to amuse. Don't confuse what they do, cause they killed a man in Clemson. Accused dudes and start feuds. It's no use. Get mad at women when they don't give them attention. Welcome to modern occupation. We're making do any old thing they want. Sick of the paycheck, I hate that. I beat up for some idiot that ever state that. And if I'm wrong, let's move on to a certain university. Preferably be the first to get pertinent. Pertinently, it seems to be the winner. Rape reported to authorities. I can't believe what happened in these stories that are told me when a woman gets the courage to admit she's abused. Authorities report kick her out of school, even punished for a reason she never knew. And the preacher brings the claimants of the Jesus will do. Boys will be boys, boys should be men. You went for my chest, should have gone for the last. Epstein had info on a sex string, got the people texting, got himself trending. Doesn't matter if you're right or left wing, we can all agree that some pretty strange things are happening. The guard came running down the hall just a few days before he was called to talk about all the terrors that he saw, about the terrors that he caused, and I'm not saying this what happened, but I'm saying that it kind of is a few things in the story that I'm having trouble fathoming. Like how do all the cameras in the cell start dying when he took his life away, or is that really how the story went? Kind of starts to make me question everything else. Is the earth really round? Can we even trust ourselves? Could have been an inside job. I was Nick Cage right. George Orwell. Yeah. Hello to everybody watching. My name is Grid, and we're hanging out here at the Inchoate Art Gallery. There's a song called Sad Boy Hours. They happen at night.
Sometimes in the morning, I try to fight. The campers branding cannons, brandishing the swords to fight. They hang the lanterns high to burn the sky and hide the brightest light. Are my feelings even valid? Am I just dramatic? I'm an addict to the somber ballad that I sing to. It keeps me stuck inside the moonlight. The sun may rise, but in my eyes I only see a new fight. What does it mean? Is it more than just a joke, a simple saying, or a meme? It's a feeling deep inside that makes me cry or want to scream. And sometimes the things I feel are so unreal I'd rather not feel anything. Boys aren't supposed to cry though. Our emotions should be dimmed until we die. And here's a side note, they tell us to be real and stand on top for those who need us most. But how can we be strong when feelings are unreasonable? Yeah. The things that I feel safer in, I find that safer things are truly things that lead to suffering. I hold the pendant lamp tightly, it slowly starts to dim as the day approaches night sea, and I might be the very demon that I'm fighting. My sleep begins to creep inside my neck and paralyze me. The pair of eyes see the chances start approaching lightly, but when the guards decide to leave, it starts a scary fight scene. I hate the fact that when I grow up, I'll look back and laugh at all the painful planning that I did to execute attacks, because of things I struggle with and that they won't compare to now. I know that I'll grow up, but I wish that right now I knew how. I haven't seen you show yourself to me when sad boy hours begin to slowly fade and turn into the saddest long weekend. I'm a sad boy, and sometimes I cry at night. Deep down, we're all a bunch of sad boys. And you know what? Yeah, that's alright.
Approaching storms torment my norms.
Let me go. Let me go.
If you just knew how long I've waited for this.
No. Let me go, please.
Why have no purpose. Shadowhawk is gone.
No.
I destroyed it.
No. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. You're doing this for no one.
I have a purpose.
You have no home.
No.
No family.
No.
No purpose. Why are you alive, Grid?
Let me go.
I know you thought about it.
No. You don't know.
I know what you think about it.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Say it.
No.
Say it, Grid.
Die.
Yes.
I want to die.
Yes.
Sometimes I want to die.
Do it, Grid.
Sometimes
I can do it for you.
I want to die. They'll save me.
Oh, please. Even if they were still alive, they wouldn't come for you.
You're lying.
You think you know them?
They'll save me.
You don't. You're not even the first Grid. There wasn't a rescue mission. They wanted the hidden world, yes. Getting you back wasn't in the plan.
They said you'd lie. You're lying.
You'll see, Grid.
No.
Let him run. I'll see him again. Grid. I'm sorry.
Approaching storms tempt my norms is not okay. From the start of a new morning and a new day, the start of a... Well, a mask will I wear today, where they break me down and break the sound of voices that say it's okay, I'll fade away until I hear tomorrow is a promise when the voices shortly follow. I have two modes that always go. I feel pain or follow stress from chest to brain is here to stay. Like 10 from 0, rocking boat as I can't even breathe hardly. Anti-hero symbiote that lasts itself to Tom Hardy. Thoughts and fears are driven here and driven clear by third parties. Maybe overthinking, but I'm sinking here and I am sorry. Why can't you release me? I can't believe things. I need you to save me. Save me, save me. Don't wanna have to vent, but doesn't seem I gotta heaven sent. Everyone supported me, I thought I was unloaded things, I then I started recording things, I finally hit a next. I don't really wanna go through, it's not like I really chose to. So I break into the mold you brought to the fold you. Gave me the creative mind of my creative door to hide behind, but I locked and left the keys inside. Now I have to realign my mind, realign my mind, redesign the lines, read between the lines, redefine the grind, reassess my grind, resuppress the light, reconfess tonight, reconfess what's right. And why can't you release me? I can't believe things. I need you to save me, save me, save me. From what I can't control, you see I'm taking toll of what I can't control. I need you to save. Three figures always follow me: depression, doubt, anxiety. The first one and third like to share some things. The second is kind of embarrassing. It strikes when I want to just bury deeds, and that becomes less of a scary feat. The hands in my chest and they stare at me. Truth is barely a heralding heresy. I would try to survive of what you made of my life. I will hold what's inside. I'll seek it out when I hide. This strain in my brain, migraine, insane. Refrain from making it about me. It's attention I seek while I break through to you and my heart starts to speak. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Hey, hello, my goal is to make you psycho. I might break your light post. I'm just here to fight ghosts. It might be clear when I like those. I do not fear where it might go. I can see clearly my childhood fear seems like Beverly Cleary when I come to parenting all of my peers and be kidding. Yeah, I conjure up fear when I will it. I can come near what I've written, and I can come near what I've written. When a Mandalorian is mandatory, damn, when I come up as a man of glory and a DeLorean, then the story is all the goriest, and the more it is. I said, I don't wanna have to be the one to have to do it, but I lie, cause guess what I kinda do? I'm just a doctor, the practice of tears of truth. Expose what you're going through, question my method, learn from the lesson. Arrogance leads you to fall hard. But Bravo, Skelly, and Maestro, I'm not a rapper, but all of my friends are, yeah. And back to the piano we go. Thanks for watching the Static Attic podcast. This song is based on the game Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So stay woke, you know?
I'll stay in my cave. 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 I'll hide away. I'll hide away. I'll hide away. I'll hide away. The Sheikah eye reveals the light that gives us all our truth. Hylia gave us her gifts. It's her gifts that we should use. If I do not use her gifts, then what good is all my use? So that's why I will choose to give my auras back to fight the crashing moon. What if everything in my life will have some purpose? I could be a beacon of light to help the hopeless, like a single Korik or Gorin or Zorin or Skulkit, to see the broken whirlwind of emotion I've been cursed with. But in a twist of elaborate focus, a life is saved by my heart container against Ganon's forces. Nostalgia, sometimes to me, is like a medicine. It lies to me and tells me that things once were much better then. But I know, if I went back and lived inside that present, I would know that even then I was still anxious, angry, and hellbent. I'll stay in my cave. 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 I'll hide away. I'll hide away. I'll hide away. I'll hide away. I'll stay in my cave. 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 I'll hide away. I'll hide away. I'll hide away. I'll hide away. I'll stay. The Sheikah eye reveals the light that gives us all our truth. Hylia gave to God, and it's a gift that we should use. If I do not use her gifts, then my good is all my use. So that's why I will choose to give my auras back and fight the crashing moon. I wish I wasn't confident despite how all they say. Because if I didn't think I was good, it would be easier to dream. Because if I thought what I made was bad, but no one supports me, I wouldn't care. But I believe that what I make is good, so when they don't show up, it makes me scared. Maybe every bad thing in my life that I've ever been through will someday have purpose. Maybe I'll be a beam of life to shine upon Korik, Zorin, Gorin, Skulkit, all the hopeless.
Once again, Grid, thanks for being on the show. I've really enjoyed recording the session. I've been enjoying mixing it too. Did you mix the tracks on your album yourself?
No, so it's kind of a collaborative effort. It's me and a couple of guys, actually. So pretty much every Grid track is done by a friend of mine, Benjamin Haddon, who back in 2018 when I started, we both went to school there, and I hit him up because he was releasing his own songs, and the mix sounded like super professional, and I was like, I want, like, if that quality is obtainable and I don't have to go to a studio or get like signed, I'm gonna hit him up for sure.
Yeah.
And ever since then, we've been working together. So I kind of direct everything, and we'll just go back and forth with the tracks, and everything's kind of touched by two people by the time it's done, at least two.
Yeah. That's always what got you into like doing. What got you into doing music? I guess where'd you start with that?
So most of my life, I kind of just didn't know what my thing was. What is my gift? What do I have to offer the world? Because all my friends were like either playing sports or anything like that, and I wasn't very good at sports. And I spent a lot of my time growing up, like, just in my own head, just kind of creating fictional worlds and existing outside of what was actually reality. Just like daydreaming and stuff. But I think I probably took it to the extreme where I like really lived that out in my head. And so one day I just realized, like, maybe my gift is creativity. And maybe that thing I do
just
where I go
maybe
in my head is actually, like, maybe that escape in my head where I think of these characters and worlds is actually a gift that I can use. So I started writing novels actually in high school, and just printed them out myself. And Grid was actually one of the characters in those books.
Okay.
And no one really read the books, so I was like, okay, we gotta think something here. We gotta figure this out. So I realized people are more inclined to listen to a song than read a whole book. So I just took those stories and made it into music. So it's kind of a long answer, but that's how it happened.
That's really interesting. It's cool to see. So, because I did notice that a lot of your songs seem to be from a perspective that's outside of your own. It's not like necessarily you as a person. It's Grid as this entity, this character.
Yeah, a lot of it does model my actual life, but I do it in a story way. And then there's like some songs reference each other throughout the process. And I even released a version of my album Vin Session called Vin Session Story Mode, which actually has audio dramas in it with like voice acting and like sound effects, kind of like a radio drama.
That's cool.
To like fully actually tell the story of Grid. So
yeah, I like that kind of. I've always been a big fan of audio dramas, so that's kind of what I grew up on. So
yeah, same.
Yeah, Adventures in Odyssey. Was it always Adventures in Odyssey?
I was about to say.
Oh yeah,
Adventures in Odyssey.
If you know, you know.
Christian school days.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I actually, with my friend Kevin, we started an Adventures in Odyssey spoof podcast.
Wow, that's a throwback.
But yeah, I like that kind of stuff. I like that it retains an element of you, but it's also you're kind of separating it from yourself to where it's not. Is that like a method of processing for you? Like you're actually like taking something that's real to you and kind of putting it in a different perspective, or?
Yeah, because I think it gives people something to focus on. That it's almost like a punching bag in a way, not like in a violent way, but it's like you can take your feelings out on a character or place yourself in the role of a character instead of it just being me, like Seth Driscoll on a mic telling people how they should feel about things. It's more like interpret this for yourself. Like, here's a protagonist, here's an antagonist, and make what you want of that. And it's like, I know what I mean when I'm what I mean for Grid. Like, this is what Grid's going through in this song. But having an entity away from me, yeah, it helps with the process. Because I can, it helps me give certain things. Like, if I personify it, I can almost acknowledge what the enemy is in my life, or what the hero is in my life. And I think that that can help people too.
What is your process of taking that and wrapping it in like a character story, and then from start to finish? What's kind of that process like for you?
Usually when I write, it's kind of all at once or not at all. So I don't really go through a lot of different, like, I won't sit down and write something and throw it away and start again. Like,
sure, I
kind of just sit down and stream consciousness, do it, and then there it is, and I don't really touch it. So that, I don't write a lot. Like, it'll come like maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, but when it comes, like, it's pretty much there. So, for example, like, I released a song called Creative Mode, which is based on, it's kind of got themes of Minecraft in it, which a lot of my music does kind of have connections to, like, video game lore and geek culture.
Sure.
And so I was thinking, okay, how can I, what kind of things about Minecraft could apply to, like, my life? And the song really gets into, like, insomnia and, like, anxiety. So there's a lyric, like, one of the lyrics is, you can't save your progress when you go to bed because the fears of yesterday in your head, and you can't sleep when the monsters are out to fight. Which in Minecraft, you save your progress by sleeping in a bed, but you can't do it if there's monsters near you. And I feel like it's kind of the same deal with insomnia. Like, the monsters in your head keep you from sleeping and saving the progress of the previous day.
Yeah.
A lot of time, I just kind of I'll pick a concept and kind of follow it. So, like, I had a song called Sheikah Dreams, which had a lot of Legend of Zelda references in it. But as far as, like, the Grid storylines, every song is actually part of the storyline. For example, like, the song 3 Figures on my album, it talks about 3 figures: depression, doubt, and anxiety. And I guess I should back up and say I think of the whole album story first before I write anything.
Okay.
So, like, for my second album, I know the beginning, middle, and end of, like, what the story's going to be, and then the songs kind of form around it. So I knew for Vent Session that Grid was going to be oppressed by these 3 figures. So out of it came a song called 3 Figures, where I personified depression, anxiety, and doubt. And then sometimes it kind of goes both ways, where I'll write a song and it goes a route I expect it to, and then that will change the story. So it's kind of like they both work together.
So when you're writing stories, like you said, it's kind of all or nothing. You've got the story fully formed, and then you're creating songs to, tell that story. But what are the things that inspire you? What do you draw from when you're creating these ideas?
Yeah, so it might sound like super emo, but a lot of it is, like, pain and suffering, the hard things in the called Vent Session, and that's literally what it is. I was venting. And my second album is gonna kind of go away from me venting and be more of a outward focus, like, how can I help others? But in a lot of ways, like, talking about yourself can help people realize they're not alone. And that's kind of my main goal, is I just want people to not feel alone. And so a lot of my songs do talk about, like, some of the darker periods of my life. There's one particular song on the album called Hidden World, which is kind of the main thing that everything is based around. And it's this concept of there's a world out there that I call the hidden world, and it's people that go unnoticed, people that have suffered, and we're kind of all in our own kind of plane where, you either get it or you don't. And I think that's what my music is you either get it or you don't. And so I try to come at it of, here's what I've been through, and if you can relate to that, you're who I was writing it to. You're who I was writing it for. So really, it's just a way to provide hope and give purpose to my pain is where all of my lyrics come from. So that's kind of my source.
That's really admirable. There's a lot of music and a lot of media out there that is just so despairing, and it's nice to. It's refreshing to have something that is geared towards hope and letting people know that they're not alone. And I mean, you know, you can say there's plenty of that, but it's always very, like, I don't know, it's always very happy sounding. And sometimes, like, when you feel alone, you don't want to hear a happy sounding thing, you know? So.
Yeah, sure. And then there's sometimes where I'll write something that sounds happy, but actually has a darker message. But
like Baron Zemo?
It always comes back to hope. Right, exactly. That's the one everyone seems to know. That seems to be the song I'm known for, which I'm very happy about, because that's a song I'm very proud of. And it's very like, this is a ukulele and we're having fun, but there's a whole chorus where I'm saying I want to die.
Yeah,
but it ends hopefully. That's the point.
Yeah, it's
and you can tell when someone in the audience, like, really it reaches them, and that, you know, I lose sight of that sometimes, and I get really caught up in streams and popularity, but I'm brought back to the purpose when I'll meet someone at a show that's like, I really related to that really helped me. Or I'll get a DM from someone who's like, this song is so specific to some nuanced thing I've been through that I've never heard someone talk on a song. And just these unexpected things that, like, going into it, I wasn't sure what happened. And it does, and that keeps me going and gives me hope, which then cycles back into more content.
Yeah. It's like
Cool.
It's not a vicious cycle. What would you call that? I don't know, an uplifting
like a
cycle.
Mutual benefit.
A beneficious cycle.
Yeah.
A delicious cycle. Well, cool. We got the second half of the set has the song Baron Zemo in it, and we talked about that. So why don't we hear some more music?
Let's do it. Baron Zemo, here it is.
Did a little costume change for this last song. This is some original artwork I made. It's called Starry Night by Van Gogh. It's on my uke too. I'm just an artsy boy, what can I say? This song is called Baron Zemo.
Sometimes I feel like Baron Zemo, turning people up against themselves. I don't have time to wait for the sequel. I'm too focused on my own mental health. Will I have time to break away from the evil villain that I face? He brought his bags, he's here to stay. His name is Manic and I'm afraid. Sometimes I wanna die. Sometimes I wanna die. Sometimes I wanna die. I wanna die. I wanna die. Sometimes I feel like Baron I'll stay alive. I'll stay alive. I will talk to you all night about the things that I don't like. By the time that I wake up, apologize for all the fights. Hey! Sometimes I feel like Baron Zemo, turning people up against themselves. I don't have time to wait for the sequel. I can focus on my own mental health. Will I have time to break away from the evil villain that I faced? He brought us back, he's here to stay. His name is Manic and I'm afraid. Sometimes I wanna die, but I'll stay alive. I wanna die. I will stay alive. I wanna die, but I'll stay alive. I'll stay alive. And I'll stay alive.
Thank you.
Grid, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I've really enjoyed talking to you. I really enjoyed recording and filming the session.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Where can people find more of your stuff online?
I'm on everything. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music. I'm on even these weird, obscure streaming platforms somehow. But it's Grid, and it's Grid with 2 Ds. That's the important thing.
GRIDD.
Yeah. And then my Instagram is Legend of Grid, and I have a lot of content there. I put content there before I put it on YouTube most of the time.
Is it all spelled out
And
just
then
Legend of Grid, or is it like any special punctuation or?
Yeah, so it's just Legend and underscore. Well, it's Legend underscore of underscore Grid. In the same on my YouTube.
Cool.
That's pretty much it. And I have a new song coming out March 5th. It's really fun. It's based on the game Undertale.
Sweet.
Kind of hyper pop / metalcore.
That'll
And
be
my
interesting.
second album. Yeah, no, it's cool. And my second album is well underway, and hopefully this time next year it'll be out. It's going to be a steampunk / emo album. I'm calling it Steamo. It's the future of music. Trust me.
I can't wait.
Me too. It's going to be exciting. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Go check it out.
Well, this show is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you find podcasts. Of course, it debuts on Twitch, and it will be available in just a few days after that on YouTube, Patreon, things like that. Easiest way to support this show to help us make it bigger and bigger. Make the show a bigger beggar. I'm being a beggar. Easiest way to support this show is to go to patreon.com/staticaddictpod. If you have a little bit of extra cash and you want to help us make this show better, consider throwing us some pocket change. I'm rattling the cup right now. And of course you can find us on social media, that kind of stuff. It's just Static Addict Pod, all one word. You deserve great music, and there are so many great artists who deserve to be heard. People like Grid, who are out making music that is fun and interesting and hopeful. And
Yeah.
we need more hope, man. It's been a bleak, dark 2 years, especially with what's been going on in the world right now, and a never-ending virus, and certain
World War Three.
Yeah, World War III trying to start and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just we need a little bit of hope right now. So
For sure.
check out some good music. Hug your friends. Tell them you love them. And until next time,
Call your mom.
call your mom. She misses you. She loves you. Until next time, thanks for watching or listening to Static Attic.